Hey everyone, welcome back to the kitchen. Rob here, and we're doing pizza tonight. Pizza is one of my favorite things to do. Bar pie, tavern style pizza, one of my favorite styles of pizza. Typically I do it in the oven. Tonight we're going to see how it holds up, how good can it be in the Gozney ArcXL. Let's get into it. All right, we're doing bar style pizza. We're doing a style of pizza that is cooked in a pan. When we think about like Detroit or deep dish, they have a particular type of pan that they use to cook that style of pizza. Well, bar pie or tavern style pizza has the same thing. And if you know anything about pizza pans for Detroit or anything like that, grandma pizza, Lloyds is thought of to be the best maker of pizza pans, and I would agree with that. I think they're the absolute best. This is the H63N 12-inch bar pie pizza pan from Lloyds. I'll put a link to it down in the description, but that's how this style of pizza is cooked. I typically cook this pizza in my home oven. I can get the temperature to 550 at a hole that'll be consistent. And, you know, cooking a pizza in there at that temperature is actually a good range for this. But I wondered, can I cook this style of pizza in the Gozney pizza oven? You know, it's getting to fall here in Houston. We're getting to get this nice weather. Got a TV in the backyard, got a nice patio. If I want to cook pizzas and be outside with, you know, the people you're hanging out with, can I still cook this style of pizza outside? So I thought we'd do a video and see how this style of pizza comes out in the Gozney ArcXL. When I went and checked it right now, we were still right around 500 degrees. So it's getting to a temp where we should be able to cook. It's been on about 25, 30 minutes. Nah, actually, it's been on a little longer than that, about 40, 45 minutes. So by the time we get this pizza put together, it should be ready to put in there, and let's see how it comes out. I'm trying to kind of emulate what we do here in the kitchen with the oven here, trying to stay around that, you know, 525 to 575 kind of range to see if we get a result that's similar to here in the kitchen. So let's put this pizza together. I've made dough balls that are 200 grams each. I've had them sitting out for about almost 2 hours now, just to kind of let them get relaxed. You know, they're really cold. Get them ready to go. And they look pretty good, actually look really good. I've got some semolina that we're going to put these into, and I actually use a rolling pin. When I make a thin style pizza, thin crust pizza, I want it to be as consistent as possible. So I go ahead and use a rolling pin. Boy, that came out nicely. So we're just going to get this covered, and we'll get it out on the surface and start working it a little bit. 200 grams for me. These are 12-inch pans from Lloyds, so 200 grams seems to be a good sized dough ball to make me a really good pizza with that thickness that I want. If you've never made bar pie before, it's your first time kind of seeing this style of pizza. I mean, if you like a big crust and a doughy pizza, that's fine. To me, pizza's about the toppings, right? It's about the flavor, the combinations of flavors we can put on top of the crust. So I prefer, you know, that hand toss style, or a thin crust would be my favorite, because I want to be able to have a slice or two, you know, 2 to 3 different pizzas when we do a pizza night, and put some different flavor combinations on there. You know, you think about like a deep dish pizza, you have one slice and you're full, right? It's big, it's heavy. And when you think about a lot of these bigger, doughier types of pizzas, same thing. They get heavy on you, and that's what I don't want, and that's where I love a thin crust, kind of crispy pizza. So you can tell with the gluten still being kind of tight, every time you kind of stretch this out, you'll see it kind of pull back in. So you have to do it a few times just to get it to a spot where it stays at the size that you want, getting those glutens to kind of relax a little bit. Obviously, being out of the fridge for a little while, that helps. If you were to bring a a dough ball out right away and try to start working, it's going to be very hard to stretch it out. Okay, we're looking good. Got a little flour in there. We're just going to get that out. We're looking pretty good as far as what we want, as far as the size of the pizza for the pan that we have. I do try to go just a little bit bigger because, you know, when you do cook the pizza, it is going to tighten up a little bit. So I just kind of try to go a little bit bigger than the pan, knowing that it's going to come down a little bit. All right, getting our pan ready. We just want to put some olive oil in here. This is kind of that same thought like you do on a Detroit type of pizza, where you think you're going to, not think, where you're going to kind of fry the bottom of the dough, get that nice crispy kind of bottom and side. Same thing here. We're going to get this layered up with some olive oil. All right, I think we're looking pretty good here. You have to be careful when you put this in because it is olive oil. It's going to stick pretty good, so you got to be kind of working a little bit because you got that moisture in there. You get that air bubble, just lift up the side and let that out, and that'll be good. Okay, so that's our crust in the pan. Now let's just build this pizza. All right, for this first one we're going to do, we're just going to do a simple cheese. I just want to see how this comes out because, you know, you would think doing a video like this, I've done a test cook on this to see how it works. I have not. I figured let's just do a video and see how it comes out. We can all kind of see what's the results for doing bar style pizza in the Gozney ArcXL. You know, I'm sure like you, we see all kinds of videos on how versatile the ArcXL is, and I see people cooking, you know, steaks and veggies and all these different things in there, and I went, you know, I'm just so used to cooking this style pizza in the oven at a lower temp that I didn't think about cooking it out in the oven in the ArcXL. So we're going to go with 3 different types of cheese for this pizza. Going to make it just a cheese pizza. Going to go with some Parmesan Reggiano. We'll put this on top of the sauce. And then we're going to go with some whole milk, low moisture mozzarella. Things have to look perfect to me for whatever reason, but all right, got that on. Let's get a spoon. Let's put some ricotta on here. This will be my wife's favorite. If you've never had ricotta on a pizza, I try to sound cool when I say it, ricotta. If you've never had ricotta on a pizza, definitely give it a shot, man. This really adds a ton of flavor to your pizzas. And, you know, we like it a lot on our cheese pizza, but you can absolutely put it on any pizza you want, you know, with any toppings you have. It will add some flavor to that pizza. All right, we're gonna do a little olive oil. Now, typically inside here in the kitchen, this pizza takes about 9 minutes to cook, 7 to 9 minutes. Usually in my oven, about 9 minutes. At that 7-minute mark, I start to turn it in the oven here. We're gonna go outside, we're gonna watch it with the Gozney. We're gonna use a pizza peel. We'll turn it as we need to in there. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna go with a little Italian seasoning. Some people use oregano. I kind of like this Italian seasoning blend. So I'm gonna put a little of that on top. And let's go out to the backyard and throw this in the Gozney oven. All right, we're at 650 on the Gozney. We're gonna go ahead and launch the pizza. I still think we're all right. I think this is cold enough that the temperature, when it does drop, will still be at a temp that should work. going to stay out here and watch it. We're going to see how it goes and see if it still takes about that 7 to 9 minute mark to cook this pizza. But here we go. So I got the temperature all the way down on low, seeing how this cooks. Trying to give it some more time because what I don't want to have happen is that flame over the top to cook the top before we've had time for the bottom of the pizza to cook. So it's only been in about a minute, so we're going to continue to watch it. Let's see how it goes. Okay, you can see on the top of the pizza, this is starting to cook really nice. I just want to make sure that the sides and the bottom of the pizza are cooking well. All right, let's go in and give this a turn. Just gonna kind of turn it like we would a regular pizza. I'll tell you what, it's looking good. I mean, to be honest with you, I didn't have any doubt that you could cook this type of pizza out here. I would have thought it should be done. The biggest thing for me was, you know, controlling the temp, because typically this is cooked at a lower temperature. I guess part of my thought would be is if it's a little bit higher, you guys can see we're still at 647. Should just cook theoretically a little bit quicker, but we're gonna find out. This is really looking good. Starting to see some browning on the crust back here. It's only been in now about 3.5 minutes, so looks like it's cooking quicker than it does in the conventional oven, but we're gonna have to watch it, see how we come out on the bottom. Okay, we're right at 4.5, going on 5 minutes. I think the pizza's about done. I'm gonna go ahead and crank this up just a little, get this top cheese just melted a little bit more. We're gonna take this in and see what we think. Let's get her out of there. Let's get her inside. All right, we've got the pizza in. Pan's obviously hotter than heck. So we're going to grab a spatula and a little glove to hold it so we can get it out of here. Looks like the crust is cooked a little more than it does in the, put this on the stove, like it does in the oven. But as far as being thin and crispy, I mean, that looks pretty good. So I kind of like the results here. And again, you know, if it's just me and my wife, I might cook this inside, make it easy. But we're getting into here in Houston, this nice outdoor weather, football's on, get to hang out back, have people over. I'm gonna wanna fire up the Gozney, whether I'm doing this style of pizza and mixing it in with some other Neapolitan style pizzas. It's kind of nice to know that the oven's versatile enough to do this. So let's slice this up. I think what we should do is get my wife in here, get a taste test from her. This is her favorite pizza, and let's see what she thinks. Okay, we have my wife, Sandra. How you doing, babe?
Good, how are you?
Are you excited to be back on? People see you every once in a while. You hate this, but I'm making her do it for you all. Because I'm gonna tell you it's good, but you're gonna tell them it's good too, right?
Oh, absolutely, it looks delicious.
All right, let's cut this up. I think I need a new pizza cutter. This one's pretty old, and I think I need one that's sharper. I'm waiting for you should get one.
Absolutely. Whatever you need.
I'll give you the slice with two dollops of ricotta on there, because I know that's what you like.
Yes, it is.
There you go.
Okay.
Grab that. Honest opinion, because you've had it enough in the oven.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's got nice.
It's got a good
it's holding. Passes the flop test, right?
I think so. It's very good.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. It's very good. I love it. It's good. Good job.
So what I would say is, I got to play with the temperature. I think I need to get the floor a little hotter because it's not in the oven as long. Not quite as crispy as I would like on the bottom. I'd like a little bit more of a crunch, a bite when you break off a little easier. It's got a little pull to it. But I think that's something you can work out in the oven as you do this a few more times. And honestly, folks, My first time ever doing this in the Gozney. And if you were going to serve this to anybody, I think they'd be happy.
Oh, most definitely. The crust, the edges have a nice crust.
It does, but that's more exposed. So
Yeah.
you know, that's kind of what made me pull it off when I did. Again, it was only in there around 5 minutes. We're typically in the oven here. We cook it for 7 to 9 minutes, and that allows that bottom to get a little crispier. So I probably need to, I had it at about 650. Probably need to make sure I keep that oven like I do in here around 550. And when you think about cooking out back and you're doing different styles of pizza, it's kind of fun to have this in the rotation where you can throw one of these in for fun.
Oh, yeah.
All right, if you haven't already, please like the video, hit that notification bell. You get notified when we put out new videos. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, we would really appreciate it if you'd take a second and just hit the subscribe button. Really helps the channel a bunch. We're looking forward to doing more videos for you. Really enjoyed this one. Bar pie in the Gozney ArcXL works well. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Bye.
You gonna say anything?
Bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.